In today's world, mental health has taken the forefront of many a discussion, yet the fact remains that so many people will have to fight a never ending battle with serious and often chronic mental health problems. According to the World Health Organization, obsessive compulsive disorder, or OCD, is one of the top 10 most disabling disorders, affecting about 2.8% of the global population. Now, one firm in Israel is poised to make a major advancement in the treatment of this disease with the recently FDA approved device, which involves using deep transcranial magnetic stimulation, or DTMS for short, to target specific areas of the brain. This is not necessarily a new invention, as references to the use of magnetic fields to treat mental health disorders have been around for decades. However, a successful clinical trial resulted in FDA approval. According to the patent created by the company Brainswave Limited, they were able to successfully treat PTSD using a similar treatment regimen before. However, a new coil design called the H7 allowed them to target the anterior cingulate cortex, which is situated within the immediate area near the frontal lobe. The induced electromagnetic fields caused by electric currents in the coils then excite and inhibit neurons in the brain. According to numerous research studies, there exists a correlation between the prevalence of OCD and abnormalities in this area of the brain. More particularly, OCD is a mental health disorder that involves a person getting trapped in a routine of obsessions and compulsions, often feeling compelled to perform repetitive rituals many times. In more serious cases, this disorder can effectively ruin one's quality of life. Brainswave researchers set up treatment time of 25 minutes, which utilized periodic pulsed fields. Patients in their pilot clinical trial were given the treatment at a frequency of 5 times a week for a duration of 6 weeks. As you may have already noticed, this is completely revolutionary compared to previous methods for mental health disorder treatment. One recent technology, for example, is the TDCS, or transcranial direct current stimulation, in which electrodes are placed on top of the head. Other methods include ultrasound treatment, light, and magnets, while some are even more invasive, such as an option which involves placing an electrode deep within brain tissue, or the prescription of medication, usually antidepressants such as Prozac, to treat OCD. Brainswave clinical trial using the TDCS, however, found a significant amount of success in the reduction of OCD. This trial involved 100 patients from 11 institutions who were diagnosed with OCD. 49 of the participants received the revolutionary treatment with a new device, while the other 51 received a sham treatment in a double-blind study, wherein the sham treatment would include the same bells and whistles as a genuine treatment, but without the magnetic fields. Researchers concluded that 38% of the DTMS group had reduced symptoms post-treatment as opposed to only 11% of the sham group. Other studies also conducted by Israeli researchers found that such devices were successful, such as the case of Karmi et al., who stated that DTMS are successful in treating OCD and could serve as a novel treatment. We were, however, unable to find more specifics on the exact parameters these experiments were conducted. As I earlier stated, this is not new information. However, the parent company, Brainswave, has been filing patents for over a decade, even without the existence of such a device. So, these patents pictured above, such as transcranial magnetic stimulation system and methods and central base coils for deep transcranial magnetic stimulation, in fact, this design was based off of patents from both Brainswave and from the US National Institute of Health. Furthermore, TMS has been mentioned as early as in the 1980s, but it cannot be emphasized more that it was Brainswave that got the FDA approval, which is a literal game changer because of its monetizing potential. In fact, they could use their newfound privileges post-clinical trial success to license this out. With regards to this treatment, however novel it might be, there still exists an extensive list of advantages and drawbacks for one to consider. Advantages include, of course, its novelty, its non-invasiveness, and the fact that it has FDA approval and clinical success. However, potential dangers such as prohibitively high treatment costs, the field being in its infancy and only a limited number of successful results, must be taken into account. At the present moment, the costs of undergoing such a treatment may be prohibitively high for many people, as well as the fact that other more conventional treatments exist. Though I would definitely be looking out for this in the future, there still haven't been enough clinical studies and long-term effects on the brain. If I were faced with a situation wherein I had to choose a treatment option, this may be something I would consider in the future, but I would not undergo such a procedure as of now.